Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. We're super pumped to be here with you today. And we're going to get the recording started. Give me just 1 minute. All right. Let's get in there. We're currently in North Carolina. Y'all, where are you coming in from? Let me turn on the chats, right? I think they're all chats. I think everything's on. Let's see. Chat going here. Okay, you can do questions. Can they do communication with? Oh, there we go. The chat. That's what I have to turn on. I always go to the wrong one. Everyone and everyone. There we go. Now you can chat. Hi, good morning. Hey, thanks for the chats. It always feels good to have some interaction with you and those of you joining us. Hello from Indiana. Layla in the house, Jesse in the house, Kaufmans are in the house. Thanks for the love and support, y'all. Last night was definitely our uh, um, nightcap, anniversary nightcap, special 13-year nightcap. So that's our Coffee Connect here, live from North Carolina. So good to see y'all. All right, here we go. We're going to start the recording now in our official welcome.
Yeah, we can't get the lighting right. We should have brought lights, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is.
Good morning.
Good morning, Carlos and Chantel here with Epic Your Life, where creating an extraordinary is what we do, and we love doing it. Our specialty being marriage mastery. My name is Carlos, and my beautiful bride, Chantel. And we are glad you joined us for Coffee Connect this morning, where it's just raw and real. And we come together, Chantel and I, just to kind of have a discussion. We let you in on our discussions. And we talk about work-life balance, talk about 3 C's of connection, the things that we do to help people have greater skills in connection, confidence, communication, commitment, the 3 C's of connection. So here we are. We're actually today in North Carolina.
Might be a extra coffee day. It's raining here, y'all. Today I was supposed to go to the pool, get some, nice relaxing sun time, and it is raining.
It may still happen, right?
I'm sad. No,
it's not supposed to clear up at all today.
no.
We're in Cornelius area by Lake. What's that lake called?
Lake Norman.
Lake Norman, and near Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh man, it literally says showers all day.
No, I'm really sad about it. You got the chat open?
Yeah, it's open.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, Phyllis is in North Carolina as well. Sweet. Hi, Phyllis. Hello, neighbor. We're both from Georgia. We're just here visiting. We're here for our anniversary. Phyllis is here visiting family and stuff. So it's funny timing all together. That's cool. All right. Well, what say you, love? Man.
What say you?
Usually we have our routines in the morning. We've kind of been slacking on purpose, just chilling and sleeping in a little bit. Some of our appointments, we still are maintaining some appointments and things with clients, but some of them were just relaxing and not getting up so early like we normally do. Yeah, we've got a retreat next week. It's kind of an interesting month, May. We said we weren't going to be home that much this month, and it's true. The ranch life is still, the show must go on. And I think that is one powerful thing, is to have people that duplicate what you do. And we're super grateful and blessed that Michelle and Jay and Michelle Taylor, Chantel's sister and then her husband. So sister and brother-in-law. Amazing couple that maintain the fort along with dad.
Mhm.
Mom and dad too. Dad helps with the animals and make sure they're fed and taken care of. And Jay does all the little projects and fixes things as needed. And Michelle helps with the Airbnb that we have there at the ranch. And so it's awesome. It's a team effort for sure. And so we're super grateful because when we first got on the ranch, yeah, we were handling it all. And about 80% was
Yeah,
Chantel.
we had about 2 years where we couldn't leave the ranch
Yeah.
because, there's nobody, we didn't have anybody to help with the animals and stuff. So we are grateful. And, I will say that this month being a month of not being home so much is probably good for our like mental and emotional state.
Yeah.
With losing Kona, I recognize that it's hard to be home. It's those habits that you have or you go through, and man, even just sitting at our dining table and you know doing our epic 30 on the couch. She's Kona would be there at my feet, or pushing our legs when we're at the dinner table, and you know what I mean, like, so that's those kind of things that make it really hard, like during the season. So
The transition, right?
yeah, so
Yeah.
lightens the the grief, I think, a little bit, to be busy and traveling.
Yeah. And we're in May. I'm like thinking real quick. The 5th month. Now we have been, one of the things we've been doing and working on is what we call a 12-week year. Yeah, that's literally a movement or a training that's out there. And we plugged into it last year, 2023, for the first time. And coming into the new year last year, we looked at it and then encouraged the community to kind of think this way too, because what it's all about is accelerated progression. Meaning like a 12-week year. What if 12 weeks you looked at it as a year in accomplishing and setting goals and setting, markers, as we call them, victory markers, for 12 weeks instead of 12 months, right? And so it has absolutely sped things up, not only in our personal life, but also in the life and the community, the people we serve and get the opportunity to lock arms with. And we've been talking to a lot of them about that and seeing their progress, right? And that's what I was going to first say about the ranch, like seeing the progress with Michelle and Jay coming in when we first left, even when they were new, like it seemed like there would always be something happen, right? And now it's progressed and it's normal for us to be leaving and coming and going, and they just handle things, and it's been a beautiful duplication and scalability. But when we first started, even seeing the progress of all the things we have that are more efficient, and it's taken a team. And I'm going somewhere with this because this is pretty cool. I was thinking about this, of progression.
You're going somewhere with it?
Yes.
Okay.
The ranch first, the story about the ranch, and then we'll bring it into the community. But the ranch, like for instance, we were talking about this just the other day. When we first started watering the animals, we were living, we were actually renting a home in Social Circle. Our ranch is in Social Circle, but it's just like we were in the town, can't call it a city, it's a little town, renting a house there. And then we had access to the barn and the ranch stuff because we wanted to start raising up animals for when we did move on to the property, because we had renters that were still there.
They had
when we were
renters in
buying
the house
property.
when we bought the property, so they had 60
Finished
days.
the lease, yeah. And they knew that coming in, that if someone did buy it, they'd have 60 days to get to move out. So anyways, we're in that time frame, right? 60 days. And so we then started putting animals on the ranch, and started with chickens, and then we got some goats.
Started with goats.
That's right, goats, chickens, and then we got the cows, bottle fed calves. But the reality of progression is like that was when we first started. We were just learning about it, how to bottle feed. Of course, Chantel had the intention of bottle feeding 2 or 3, and then I said, well, let's get all 7 of them, all the bottle fed calves at this particular ranch that we bought it from. We bought them all 7. That's a lot. And so we were bottle feeding. But we had to water them. That was the biggest thing. And like we didn't have any kind of water truck or anything at the time. And so we literally got big plastic
Trash
garbage
cans. We
cans.
were filling trash cans and moving bins with water, and we had them. And we were in the town, and it was not good water. It's very chlorinated water, but that's what
Well,
we watered our animals
I
with. But
remember we were concerned because the chlorine in it being so strong. We'd actually fill it up the night before too and let it gas off, right? The chlorine gas off because it was really strong.
But so we drive over there, in the truck with like all these water splashing everywhere, and yeah.
Hey, you do what you got to do. That's the bottom line. We didn't really have anything, and at the same time, we were looking for it, but they had to have water, and we had lots of little calves that were thirsty, right? And so it was fascinating to make it work. And now dad handles animals, and he's got a truck that we got for the ranch, and a big water like tank on the back of it, and he set up this fancy little thing that gravity feeds it, this big hose. And like we used to sit there and have this little pump. I'm going somewhere with this. We had this little pump that you put on a battery, and you'd sit there.
Miss those days, actually.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like I think about even the Amish, how they how they will have horse and buggy, right? It's a lot slower. It's true. Our life was a lot slower. We would sit there and fill up these water troughs, right? Even
Oh,
we
it
had
was
this
good
big,
time with my cows.
yeah, that's the truth of it. Like turn on the pump, a little hose, but it would be pumping off a battery, and it would take you sometimes to fill up one big trough for the horses or for the cows. When we first got on the ranch, it would sometimes take like 30, 45 minutes per trough, and we had to usually fill about 3 of them. And so it usually easily be a couple hours just filling, just standing there while it's filling. So my point in saying this is like then dad came on the ranch. He's like, yeah, there's got to be a better way. Now dad fills those water troughs
He's got an
in minutes.
engineer mind, right?
In minutes. Like literally, I think I timed it one time. I did it for him with this cool, and it was like, I think I timed it like 3 minutes per trough. Went from hours to minutes. That's efficiency, but that's also progression and understanding the mind of, it doesn't have to be our way. We can do it dad's way. And again, it costs us more in equipment, but it was so worth it, right? Because it saved in time. So progression in the ranch, seeing that and seeing how things have progressed. Now, same kind of thing, our mindset of even what does a 12-week year look like, and we always then take time to look at the end of the 90 days, if you would, or the end of the 12 weeks to see what we've accomplished. And we were just, we have several, like I said, clients, and some people are now married in the first year of the 2024. In 12 weeks, some people got engaged. We have multiple engagements happening, relationships with a lot of the clients that we serve and work with. We're seeing exponential growth in their business in the first 12 weeks. And then we have some that are actually just completely moving. Now, at the beginning of 2024, when we met with a lot of these people, we were just talking about this with them and our appointment this morning. And we're just like, Chantel goes, can't wait to sit down. They're moving to their new house and new place. And it is very amazing to see their progression, not only in business, but also in personal growth and in life and in like moving. It's a kind of a big deal. When's the last time you moved?
Moving states.
Yeah. We were like, oh, we remember when we moved from California to Georgia. Was that a lot? And so they're going through it and moving by June. Yeah, they'll be there in June. And that's just a couple weeks away, y'all.
Yeah, so I was like, I can't wait when you guys get all settled in and we're all sitting around and we can pull up that recording of the call of where that decision was made and the processing through that decision and all of the factors, all of the fears, doubt, all of the, just those things that come up when you're
Yeah.
like, what is my dream?
Yeah.
Because that was what we were accessing, right? What the dream was and what the goal is,
So
eventually.
true.
And it's so funny. And the reason why I'm so excited to have the opportunity to reflect on that is because I think we so often limit ourselves to, we have this dream, but it looks so far off. It looks like maybe 2 or 3 years from now, we'll be able to do that. And, what is it, when we talk about progression and like what does it look like to be challenged to, you know, condense your time frame to bring it closer into closer trajectory, and what if I work towards that? You know what I mean? Like, is it possible? So identifying like, I have this goal, I have this dream, and what's comfortable looks and feels like 2 to 3 years from now, right?
True.
Are we willing to get uncomfortable and work extra hard to make it happen sooner? I mean, so those are some of the questions that we have to ask ourselves, like, and just be like, is it possible? Can I do it? Like, do I believe in myself enough? Or, can I overcome these fears or these, limiting beliefs about, what we can do actually?
Yeah.
So it's really incredible to have had that conversation and then watch this family go after it, and
Yeah.
and to watch how the action that they took was met with blessing.
That's right.
Right? The decision point created the action, which then perpetuated the blessing and the acceleration of time. So I think that's the most powerful
Yeah, I
thing.
think we all do that though in our mind. We even set New Year's resolutions, and I'm all for that in the sense of setting some targets and some goals to go after. The difference is, what if that was shrunk down to 12 weeks? What if you had, what would it look like if you planned on doing that in the next 90 days? And that's where this 12-week year became real for us. Last year we kind of tested it out. It's a little overwhelming for some people in the community. But again, we introduced it, we started working on it, and then this year we're like, let's revisit it in January. And what does that look like to accomplish things? And I'm telling you, some of our leaders just grabbed a hold of it, and we have seen incredible growth. Now, we're in our second 12-week year. We're actually halfway point. So according to what we are practicing and working on, we're actually at a 1.5 year mark right now today. It's interesting now. It's just like, oh man, it is the 14th, halfway, a little bit, almost exactly halfway, bless you, through this month. And this is the second, or excuse me, the second, 4 weeks, three, sorry,
Anyways,
overthinking it. The point is, it's like, where are you in your 12 months even?
right.
We're in month 4, 5,
But
sorry, month 5.5. And so, but it's the second year. I know for us, what we accomplished in the first 12 weeks as we looked back was pretty phenomenal. We set up a lot of stuff and got things rolled out in our community, Epic Your Life, and it had its 1 year anniversary. And it's like powerful to see the progression, and in our personal life and our business and clientele, and understanding and refining our marriage mastery things and packages and stuff. It's phenomenal. And then now this second year, as we entered into it, we've even developed even more stuff, and it's been really fun to see. We've got another client that's in transition of moving not states but countries. And uprooting all that they know in their country. And so again, what is your victory markers? What is your target? Because that was interesting to see the first 12-week year with the ones moving states and then the one moving country, like in that first 12 weeks, it was all kind of decided that they wanted to do something, right? And they were progressing. They wanted to progress. They wanted to go after some dreams and goals, but it wasn't exactly clear. But both parties now, one moving states, one moving countries, and then just life changing decisions. We had another client that started a business at the beginning of the year and said, okay, we're launching this. And now that business is really accelerated. So there's a lot of cool things to see and we get to experience with our clients. And also we get to do as well. We lead by example and we are willing to do the work to get it done. Just like May, we're not home at all this month because we're going after things.
So I think it's important to recognize like what happens when we set a challenge, because that's ultimately what we did, is we challenged them to make a decision, right? So what happens when I think, you know, in the human mind, body, spirit, right? When there's a challenge set before us, you know, what kicks in is an overdrive. Like it's that like that lion in us that is like,
So
okay,
good.
I have to go after this. Like it's kind of like dangling a piece of meat in front of a lion. It's like it kicks in a desire and an action, right? So, but what happens if we don't create the challenge? If we don't have anybody in our lives to dangle a piece of meat in front of us and challenge us, do we kick in overdrive? Do we accelerate what's possible? Is our human nature, like, do we have enough self-perpetuating drive to go after a challenge?
It's good.
I mean, it's a question. I would love for, you know, those of you who are on, you know, feedback or whatever, but I think it's something to think about. So, you know, we mentor a lot of people. So we work with them and we're constantly challenging, you know,
right.
and it's, you know, those in the community that know that they need it. Right. And I think
They ask for it.
they ask for it. And it's a mindset. It really is a mindset of saying like, okay, I know this about myself. It's kind of like, you know, awareness, like to thine own self be true, right?
Yeah.
Recognize what we lack and where we need support, and then make that decision to get it, right? So who do you have in your life that is going to dangle the meat in front of you and ignite, if you will, your challenge drive, your action taking initiative, right? Sometimes we need that. And I think it's okay to recognize the benefit and the blessing of having that.
And I think too, again, exactly what you're saying. And then what's funny, because we'll have them come to us and tell us, okay, here's my plan. We're planning on moving and getting everything moved in and settled by about middle of June. And then of course we're like, what would it look like if you did it by the end of May? Is that possible? Oh, I don't know about that. And that's impossible. And this is this, you know, it seems impossible until it's not, right? Until somebody has done it. And I love that. I love challenging myself, challenging others. It does seem impossible. It does seem daunting. It does seem like, how is that? There is no way that could happen, but it does. It can. When someone does it in front of you or you see it happen, then you're like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it. And I'll tell you, next week we have a retreat. And it is powerful to see the acceleration because it's full immersion, full immersion of people that want to create extraordinary, working with you. And it's a powerful time. We're super pumped about that. But again, it can be a little overwhelming for us. Like, oh, wait, we just got back from a trip to Florida. Then I went straight away to Texas, and then come back and we're straight away to North Carolina. And then, we're going to Michigan. It's like, really? Yes. And it's a lot, but it's worth it. And we challenge ourselves. And we also then are proactive, being multidimensional. Like here we are, we're in North Carolina. Yeah, it's our anniversary. And yes, we are taking time off our anniversary to celebrate and to be together. But also, we recognize the benefit of physically being in a new state and out of our normal, and our creative juices are flowing. So we're going to be here creating some new things and ideas and leveling up as a community and as a couple. So it's super powerful because we did talk about what if we just stayed home, staycation for our anniversary. We're like, there's a lot of benefits. And we started looking back in our life. And if you look back, you'll see that you're probably more focused and more creative when you were willing to do something different, change your state, be in a different place, unfamiliar place. It automatically makes your brain be creative and be aware of other things. So we're excited for that this week. And we will keep you posted on how things go, but we are definitely refining some things. We have the Kaufmans are doing some amazing things too, that working from, single to married, and those things are developing. We're going to be announcing that soon as well. So stay tuned, stay with us. Lots of great things happening to help you have an epic, extraordinary life.
Yes.
That's what we care about the most, is your life to be extraordinary, whether you're single or whether you're married. We want to bless you. And our thing is relationship skills and helping you to have extraordinary relationship that leads to an extraordinary marriage.
That's right.
So we'll see you Thursday for our next Coffee Connect. But until then.
Oh yeah, third.
Yeah,
oh my
today's
gosh.
Tuesday.
What day is it?
Until then, have a great week. Love you. Bless you.